Dear child, my precious one, please, don't scroll away. Don't let your heart harden, not now, not when I am speaking to you so clearly. I have been waiting for this very moment to reach you, not through thunder, not through fire, but in this quiet, still voice. You are not hearing these words by accident. I see you. I know what you've been through. I know the weight that sits on your chest every night. I see the questions you don't speak aloud. You ask, Lord, is this person from you? Why do I feel so heavy, so afraid, so confused? And now I must speak what your spirit already knows, but your heart has been too afraid to accept. The one who walks beside you is not walking with me. The one you've allowed into your heart has opened a door to the enemy, and I cannot stay silent while you walk into harm thinking it is love. This person, your partner, is not of me, and yes, I am warning you because I love you. My beloved, they are under the influence of darkness, and that darkness has begun to creep into your soul. You've noticed it, you've felt it. That tightness in your chest when they speak. The way your peace disappears after being near them. The way you've started to pull away from me, bit by bit, moment by moment. That's not coincidence, it is spiritual warfare. My child, the enemy does not always come with horns and fire. Sometimes he comes wrapped in charm, wrapped in charisma, in sweet words and empty promises, in broken people who refuse to surrender their pain to me. I never asked you to be their savior. That's my job. You are carrying a burden that I never placed on your shoulders. You have mistaken your suffering for loyalty, your anxiety for spiritual testing, your constant turmoil for a cross to bear. But this is not your cross, it is a chain. And I did not come to chain you, I came to set you free. That relationship is not a test from me, it is a trap from the enemy. And no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you hope, unless they choose to truly repent and submit their life to me, they will only drag you further from your calling. Don't you see, my beloved? I have chosen you. You are mine. And the calling on your life is far too great for you to remain entangled in what I did not ordain. You keep asking me for peace, but I cannot give you peace while you cling to what is stealing it. You want me to bless something I never planted. I cannot bless rebellion, even if your heart is sincere. I know this is hard. I know you've grown attached. I know you wanted it to work. I saw every tear you've cried in secret, every prayer you whispered in desperation. I have not ignored your cries, but part of love is truth, and the truth is this: I did not send them. They do not carry my spirit. They are possessed by pain, bitterness, jealousy, and spiritual forces you don't fully understand. And the longer you stay, the more those spirits gain access to your life, your purpose, your future. I came to break generational curses, not watch you repeat them in silence. I came to restore your heart, not let it be shattered again and again. My child, don't confuse comfort with purpose. You've gotten used to the chaos, to the apologies, to the cycle of hope and heartbreak. But I have more for you, so much more. I created you for joy, not this anxiety, not this confusion. I am the Prince of Peace. Where I dwell, there is peace. And if you have none, then I am not in the center of that relationship. Dear child, when you support this channel by clicking the thanks button, you're not just giving, you're opening the door for me to move more deeply in your life. And as you give, I will come to you, bring light into your darkness, and save you from the weight you've been carrying. Let me in, beloved, let me hold you. I am not angry with you. I'm not disappointed in you. I understand why you stayed. I understand why you fought so hard. You love deeply, and that's not wrong, it's how I made you. But now I need you to turn that love toward me. Let me restore your worth. Let me teach you how to be loved in a way that doesn't hurt. Don't be afraid of being alone. Alone with me is safer than entangled with someone sent to destroy you. I know what it cost you to even consider letting go, but what I'm calling you into is far greater. There is a new beginning waiting on the other side of your obedience. I want to heal your heart, strengthen your soul, and lift you into a place where no counterfeit can reach you. I want to introduce you to peace that doesn't leave. I want to surround you with love that doesn't manipulate, doesn't control, doesn't accuse. I want to fill you with joy that isn't tied to someone else's behavior. And I will, but first I need you to let go. My child, come closer, take my hand. I am walking with you through this. You won't go through the pain of this separation alone. I will be right there. Every step, every tear, every aching moment I will be near. And soon, yes, soon, you will look back and thank me. You'll see that I rescued you, that I pulled you from a fire you didn't even see consuming you, that I shielded you from an ending that would have broken your spirit completely. I am your shepherd. I lead you beside still waters. I restore your soul. I am not leading you into loneliness. I'm leading you into wholeness. And when the time is right, when you are healed, when you are anchored in me, I will send you someone who walks in my spirit, who loves me more than they love themselves, someone who will cover you in prayer, not confusion, someone who will speak life over you, not curses. But for now, let me be enough. Let me love you. Let me prove to you that I am still the God who sees, the God who saves, the God who restores all that was lost. So listen closely, beloved. Don't ignore this warning. Don't silence this whisper. I speak because I love you. I correct because I call you my own. Do not stay where my spirit cannot flow. Choose me over comfort. Choose obedience over attachment. Choose freedom over familiarity. I am with you now. Breathe, rest. I am not going anywhere, and I will carry you through this, always. Listen closely. This is not a coincidence. I have something to tell you. You've been carrying a weight in silence, watching someone you love fall deeper into the shadows, and you've been crying out for answers, for breakthrough, for direction. I see the way you look at them, the way your heart aches when you notice the spark fading from their eyes. You remember who they used to be, joyful, curious, full of light, but now it's like something else has taken hold. And you're not wrong. There is something spiritual happening here, and I want you to understand that your partner is not your enemy. The real enemy is invisible. It is fear, bitterness, addiction, trauma, pride, and dark spiritual forces that have been whispering lies into their ears, blinding them from truth, distorting their perception of love, and keeping them trapped in cycles that were never meant to define their life. I am not condemning them, and I am not abandoning you, but I need you to see this for what it truly is, a battle between light and darkness, and you are not powerless. You are the one I entrusted with this battle. You are the one I've positioned as a light in their life, not to fix them, but to fight for them in the spirit. I know you're tired. I know you've wondered, what else can I do? You've cried yourself to sleep, praying, pleading, hoping for change. I've heard every whisper from your heart. I've caught every tear, and I want you to know, you are not alone in this fight. I am with you. I am closer than the breath in your lungs. But I also need you to understand, this isn't just about loving them harder. This isn't just about being patient or kind or forgiving over and over again. It's about standing up in the spirit and recognizing what's really going on. Your partner is under attack. Their thoughts have been clouded. Their heart has been wounded. Some of those wounds came long before you met them. Some of them are generations deep. And now, the enemy is trying to use those wounds to destroy your connection, to silence their purpose, to isolate them from me. But here you are, still standing, still loving, still hoping. That's not weakness. That's a warrior spirit I placed inside of you. You've felt overwhelmed because you've been trying to fight this in your own strength, but I never asked you to carry it alone. I am the one who saves. I am the one who delivers. But I need you to partner with me, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Stop trying to change them with words. Start changing the atmosphere with prayer. Intercede. Speak my name over them when they sleep. Declare truth over their identity. Rebuke the lies they can't yet hear. You don't need to scream. You don't need to beg. You don't need to control or manipulate. You just need to align yourself with my spirit and let me do the healing work. I know what you've been thinking. Am I supposed to stay? Is this worth fighting for? And I will be honest with you. There is a difference between love and bondage. If this connection is draining your soul, stealing your peace, and constantly silencing your voice, I will tell you when to walk away. I will give you the release when it's time. But until then, I want you to see this moment not as punishment, but as purpose. You have been chosen to stand in the gap while they cannot stand for themselves. Not forever, but for now. And while you stand, I am strengthening you. I am surrounding you. I am placing angels around your home. I am walking into rooms before you enter. I am tearing down strongholds in the background. I am working behind the walls you can't see through. But listen to me. Help does not mean losing yourself. Loving someone does not mean tolerating evil. Compassion does not mean compromise. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to speak truth. You are allowed to protect your peace. In fact, you must. Because if you allow the enemy to wear you down, you won't be able to help them at all. This is a battle that requires rest. That requires time with me. That requires spiritual authority. You are not their savior, that's me. But you are my instrument. And I want to teach you how to carry this burden without it breaking you. I want to teach you how to be a shelter of peace when their world is in chaos. I want to equip you to be unshakable in faith, so that when they finally reach for me, you'll be ready to lead them home. You see, I love them even more than you do. I know their pain. I see the demons they wrestle with in the dark. I was there in the moments that shaped them, even the ones they don't remember. I've been calling to their heart long before you were in the picture, and I haven't stopped. You're part of my plan to reach them, but you're not the only piece. I will send others. I will orchestrate moments. I will create divine interruptions. I will speak through dreams, through songs, through strangers, through stillness. I will never stop pursuing them. And while I do, I'm also working on you. Yes, you. I'm teaching you discernment. I'm refining your love. I'm deepening your dependence on me. I'm unlocking spiritual gifts you didn't even know were there. I'm making you stronger, not harder, not colder, but resilient, wise, and sensitive to my voice. There may be days where it seems hopeless, days when they shut down, days when they lash out, days when they say things that wound your spirit. On those days, I want you to remember, you are not failing, you are not forgotten, and you are not stuck. You are growing in the middle of a storm, and storms don't last forever. Sometimes what looks like distance is actually preparation. Sometimes what feels like silence is me rearranging the battlefield. Do not give up just because the outcome isn't instant. I work in layers and I work in love. Healing is not a moment, it's a process. Freedom is not a doorway, it's a journey. And I'm leading both of you through it, one step at a time. But I will say this, you must stay spiritually awake. Don't let the enemy distract you with confusion, with shame, with guilt, with emotional exhaustion. This is not the time to grow numb. This is the time to press in. Priet my vort. Put on the armor I've given you. Speak life, even when you feel death in the air. Worship louder than the chaos. When they spiral, you stay grounded in me. When they panic, you stay in peace. When they shut you out, don't shut me out. Come to me. Cry if you need to, scream if you must, but do not stop coming to me. Because I am the only one who sees the whole picture. I know the ending, and I promise you, nothing you do in faith, in love, in obedience, nothing will be wasted. One day you'll look back at this season with tears in your eyes and strength in your bones. You'll realize you weren't just helping your partner, you were being transformed into the person I always created you to be. Someone fierce, someone faithful, someone who understands spiritual things, someone who can lead, who can carry, who can love like I love. And whether this relationship lasts or not, the fruit of what I'm doing in you will last for eternity. So breathe, keep your heart soft, keep your spirit aligned with mine. You are not alone, and the one you love, they are not beyond my reach. Keep walking with me. I am not finished yet. Please stay. This message is not here to pressure you, but to reach into the part of your soul that has been aching for clarity. I want to talk to you about someone close to your heart, someone you care for deeply. You've noticed the way they've changed. Something in their eyes is different. There's distance in their tone, hesitation in their words, and a quiet storm swirling behind their everyday conversations. They're not as steady as they once were. Lately, it's as if they're drifting, not just from you, but from everything that used to ground them. And you've been wondering what's going on. You've asked yourself if you did something wrong, if they're just tired, or worse, if they've given up completely. But what I want you to see is this. They're not lost because they stopped loving you. They're not distant because they've chosen darkness. They are frightened, deeply so, and they're carrying questions they don't know how to ask out loud. There is a battle happening inside them, not one of good versus evil in the obvious sense, but a wrestling of identity, fear, guilt, and spiritual awakening. They feel things shifting, but they don't understand why. There are thoughts they've never had before, old emotions rising to the surface, and whispers they can't quite explain. Some of those whispers are from me, calling, stirring, waking their spirit. Others are from the accuser, trying to confuse, shame, and silence them. Right now, their heart is caught in a tug-of-war they don't have the strength to name. They're not ignoring you, they're trying to survive their own storm, and it's not a storm you can fix, but it is one I can walk them through. I just need you to see past the silence and stay present in love. They are scared not of you, but of what they feel inside themselves. Old wounds are reopening. Fears from their childhood are surfacing. They're questioning everything, who they are, where they're going, what they've done, what they've become. There are lies that were planted in their spirit years ago, things spoken over them, things they believed in weakness that are now echoing louder than ever. They feel unstable, and they don't know why. They feel like something is breaking, but they're afraid to let it break, because to admit that something is wrong means facing pain they've avoided for a long time. They don't yet realize that the pain is not punishment, it's invitation. It's me, gently dismantling the walls they've built so I can bring healing to the places they've locked away. You've been patient. You've offered kindness. You've tried to hold them together, and I see how exhausted you are. But I need you to know this. Their confusion is not a sign of failure. It's the beginning of awakening. Think of it like this. When a tree is being uprooted, the soil around it has to be shaken. Their soul is being stirred, their foundations challenged. It's messy, but it's necessary. They are not being destroyed, they are being disrupted. The version of them that you once knew is being confronted with truth, and truth often arrives as discomfort. They may not talk about it, but deep down, they sense that they're standing on the edge of transformation, and that terrifies them. Right now, they don't need a solution. They need stability. They need to know that someone sees them and doesn't run, that someone hears the fear behind their silence, that someone understands that growth often looks like collapse before it looks like progress. I am working within them, not loudly, not through fire or shouting, but through questions they can't shake, dreams they barely remember, a hunger they don't understand, a restlessness that keeps them up at night. All of that is me. They are being invited to let go of control, but for someone who has survived by staying strong, letting go feels like dying. They fear that if they stop performing, if they show their weakness, they'll be rejected. This isn't about you. This is about their perception of worth. They don't trust that they'll be loved in their undone state. But I'm going to show them, through you, through grace, through every quiet act of compassion, that love doesn't abandon the broken. It stays, it listens, it breathes peace into panic, and that's where you come in. I didn't bring you this far to leave you confused. You've been chosen to stand nearby, not as their rescuer, but as a reflection of my love. Be gentle, be honest, be still when they rage, be kind when they shut down. You don't need the perfect words. You just need a surrendered heart. Let me fill in the gaps. Let me take care of the things you can't carry. You may not understand their struggle fully, but your presence, grounded in me, is more powerful than you think. You're not just waiting for change. You're anchoring the atmosphere with faith while their heart finds its way home. Let me reassure you, they are not too far gone. They are not beyond my reach. They are not forgotten. In fact, I have never been closer. What they feel right now, the confusion, the heaviness, the unrest, is evidence that their spirit is waking up. They can't go back to who they were, and that's what's scaring them the most. The path ahead feels unfamiliar, but I am already there, clearing the way. You don't have to fear their fear. Just keep walking in love, stay rooted in truth, and don't stop praying. Your voice in the unseen world is shaking things loose in theirs. This journey will test your patience, yes, but it will also refine your heart. Through this, I'm teaching you how to love beyond comfort, how to see with spiritual eyes, how to hear what isn't said, how to trust me when the outcome isn't clear. You may think this is about them, but I'm also doing a deep work in you. You're being molded into someone who walks in quiet authority, who stands with compassion and discernment, who doesn't react to chaos but releases peace. And one day, when the fog lifts from their mind, when they finally see how far they've come, they'll look at you and see not just a companion, but someone who carried light when they couldn't see their own. This is not the end, it's a turning point. Their silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means the battle is intensifying. But where the battle increases, so does my presence. Keep showing up in love. Keep believing when they can't. Keep trusting me. I am not finished. I never start a story I don't intend to complete. Please lean in. This isn't just another message. This is a divine intervention. Because you've been carrying a weight you can no longer carry alone. I've seen it, the way you keep looking at them, hoping to find the person you once knew. The way your heart breaks a little more each time their words cut deeper. Their actions contradict their intentions. Their presence becomes unpredictable. You ask yourself, what happened? Where did they go? And I must speak clearly now, because what you're dealing with is not just emotional. It's spiritual. Your loved one is not simply changing. They are being overtaken. Their behavior is no longer rooted in reason or choice, but in influence, dark, deceptive, spiritual influence. They are under the power of something they cannot see, and because of that, they no longer see clearly. They are not themselves. You've tried to explain things to them. You've tried to reason, to offer grace, to forgive again and again, and each time, it feels like talking to someone whose eyes are open, but whose soul has checked out. That's because this isn't just confusion, this is captivity. They are bound by spirits that do not belong to them, spirits of torment, resentment, deception, addiction, lust, manipulation, and shame. These are not abstract concepts. They are real forces, and they are working hard to twist everything inside them, their memories, their self-worth, their emotions, their view of you, and their view of me. They are being used like a vessel by forces they don't even realize are controlling them. They are not evil, but evil is using them. They are not beyond redemption, but right now they are far from recognition. They don't see what you see. They don't feel the full weight of what they're doing. They speak in anger, but they don't understand the depth of the wounds they cause. They make choices that contradict love, but their heart is not entirely absent. It's buried under layers of lies whispered to them day and night by spirits whose only goal is destruction. I am telling you this not to frighten you, but to wake you up to the reality of spiritual warfare. You are not just loving a person in crisis, you are standing next to someone caught in an invisible prison, and you've been sent there for a reason. You're exhausted, I know. You've doubted your sanity. You've questioned your worth. You've wondered how much longer you can take the emotional whiplash, the moments of tenderness followed by storms of hostility, the strange cycles of peace and chaos. This is not just trauma, it is demonic strategy. And I need you to understand the gravity of what you're facing. Their actions are being fueled by spirits that hate you, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. They want to wear you down. They want you silent. They want you confused. But I say this to you now, do not give up. I have placed my spirit within you, and greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. You have been chosen for this moment, not because you are perfect, but because you carry my authority. You are not powerless in this situation. You are not merely a victim of someone else's possession. You are a warrior in my name. The weapons I've given you are not made of flesh and logic. They are spiritual, and they are mighty. Use your voice, use my name. Speak my truth over them even when they resist it. Rebuke the spirits influencing them, not with hatred, not with arrogance, but with the confidence of a child of the kingdom. You are not confronting your loved one. You are confronting what's using your loved one. But do it wisely, do it prayerfully. There will be times to speak, and times to stay silent. There will be moments when their flesh reacts violently to your peace. Don't take it personally. The darkness in them cannot stand the light I've placed in you. They may accuse you of things you've never done. They may twist your words. They may push you away, sometimes violently, with words, with manipulation, with betrayal. But hear me, you are not crazy. You are not wrong to sense something is off. You are discerning rightly. Trust what I show you in the spirit, even when the physical evidence seems to deny it. They are being led by voices that mimic their own thoughts. That's how possession works. It doesn't always manifest in wild behavior. Often it sounds like their own reasoning, their own instincts, their own conclusions. But those thoughts are planted. They are not born of truth. They are meant to make them feel justified in rejecting me, in resisting healing, in turning against the ones who love them most. They may think they are protecting themselves, but what they are doing is shielding the very thing that is tormenting them. And that's why your role matters so deeply. You are the one who sees through the fog. You are the one who hears what their soul is really crying out for underneath all the noise. So be steady, be vigilant, don't mirror their confusion. Don't allow their chaos to pull you out of my peace. This is a time to fast, to intercede, to cry out to me not just in frustration, but in authority. Declare that what is oppressing them must go. Bind what is unclean in my name. Ask me to show you how to pray, because there are demons you don't even know by name, and I will show you how to cast them out through your persistence. This may not happen overnight, but every prayer you lift, every tear you shed, every time you choose love when anger would be easier, you are shaking the walls of their prison. You may feel isolated. You may feel as if no one else understands. But I do. I walked with people who were possessed, people whose families gave up on them. I saw the torment in their eyes, the isolation, the shame. And yet I touched them. I spoke to the demons. I sent them away. I restored what was stolen. And I am still doing that today, through you. You carry my spirit. That means you carry resurrection power. You carry the very authority that caused legions to tremble. Don't underestimate what your presence does. You are disturbing the atmosphere of darkness every time you walk into the room with my love. But let me also tell you this. You cannot heal them if you lose yourself. Stay grounded in me, rest, refuel. Step back when I say step back. Sometimes I will ask you to fight. Other times I will ask you to surrender them into my hands. Possession cannot be broken by force. It is broken through divine timing, relentless prayer, and unwavering obedience. When I say move, move. When I say wait, wait. And when I say enough, trust that I am stepping in. You are not their Messiah, I am. But your faith, your persistence, your ability to see them through my eyes, all of it is part of their path to freedom. And freedom will come. Yes, even now I am working. Behind the scenes, in their sleep. Through dreams they cannot understand. Through whispers of conviction that make them restless. Through sudden moments of clarity that shake them to the core. Their spirit is not dead, it is under siege. But I will break the siege. I will reclaim what the enemy has tried to inhabit. And when that day comes, when they are finally free, they will look at you with tears of gratitude and say, "You didn't leave me when I couldn't see what I was doing." That's love, not blind tolerance, not weak submission, but fierce intercession, steady endurance, and courageous trust in me. So don't let despair have the final word. I know what's really happening, and now so do you. You asked me to be with them, and I want you to know I already am. Even now, even in the depths of their fear, even in the middle of the storm that no one else sees, I have never stepped away. What you see in them right now, the trembling, the silence, the withdrawal, the panic behind their eyes, that is the expression of a soul that doesn't know how to keep standing. They are not being dramatic. They are not being weak. They are overwhelmed, their body carrying pain it doesn't understand, and their mind haunted by battles it doesn't have the language to describe. You've seen them pull away. You've seen them wince at kindness. You've seen how even gentle words sometimes feel sharp to them. That's not because they don't want healing. It's because they don't know if they can survive one more touch, even a good one. They are tender to everything. The world feels sharp. Everything is too loud. Even silence feels heavy. They are afraid not just of people or memories or the future. They are afraid of what's going on inside themselves. The terror isn't always about something outside. Often it's inward. They don't understand their own reactions. They don't understand why they wake up in dread. They don't know why joy slips through their fingers even when it's right in front of them. They feel broken, not just emotionally bruised, broken at the core, as if something deep inside them cracked and never healed right. And because of that, fear has taken root. Not a surface-level fear, but a deep, constant trembling, the kind that never fully leaves, even when everything around them looks calm. You've asked me, please be with them. But I need you to hear me now. I have never left. In the middle of their panic attacks, I was there. When they curled up alone and didn't know how to ask for help, I was sitting beside them. When they couldn't breathe, when their thoughts raced, when they hated themselves for struggling again, I was not disgusted, not disappointed, not distant. I was near, closer than their own breath. And I still am. They may not feel me. They may think I've gone quiet. But their pain does not intimidate me. Their confusion doesn't make me withdraw. I go where others turn away. I touch what others are afraid to handle. I sit with those who have no words left. You've seen how hard it is for them to explain what they're feeling. Some days they cry, and they don't even know why. Other days they stare blankly into space, not because they don't care, but because they've run out of emotional energy. Their heart is tired, their body is exhausted, and shame keeps whispering to them, "This is your fault. You're too much. You're a burden." But I speak something different over them. I call them precious. I call them chosen. I call them worth dying for. Their weakness doesn't disqualify them. It's what draws my mercy closer. They are not crazy. They are not lazy. They are not hopeless. They are scared, deeply wounded, and unsure of how to keep moving forward. Their nervous system has been on high alert for so long that peace feels suspicious.